So today I'm going to be doing a few little jobs to try and finish up some of this rubbish here, try and do something with that. God knows how I'm going to make this look nice, but anyway, I think I'm going to weld a bar in from here up to here, and I'm going to start tackling the rear end. Going to cut all this boot floor out and weld in some structure here, and just start tying in the rear. My dad has a show every year for charity. It's a tractor show, but we have some cars and stuff, so I really wanted to get it kind of on its wheels and off the jig for the show. I mean, I think I could probably do it, but I don't know if I'm going to be making more work for myself by taking it off the jig. The plan was not to take it off the jig until the cage is done, but to be honest, if I weld structure in here up to here, the front end isn't going to be affected at all by a cage, and maybe I can do something with the rear. We'll have to wait and see. If I could tie it all in, it could probably live without a cage. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of welding and some grinding, and then I'll report back. Going to attempt to start my little Micra. First time it started since I did that video a few months back. It's been just sat on the corrugated aluminium, so hopefully it isn't rotten underneath. But yeah, I'm going to give it a quick, literally haven't even attempted. So when I turn this key, I'm hoping the fuel pump's going to prime, then I'm hoping it's going to fire up. It's not in gear. Fuel pump primed, and it's running. Seems good, seems legit. Steering's heavy, throttle's heavy. This is really different to my K11. Understeer, handbrake doesn't work. Smells like poo in this field. Gonna let it tick over for a minute. I think it's about time I got this car back on the road. Need to order some front tyres, some 185 60/13s, and the brakes are terrible. They're really spongy, so they must be full of air. So that's something I need to address. The throttle pedal is so heavy, and the reason for that is because the linkage isn't done how. Originally what I wanted was a cable stop welded on here, and then a Micra quadrant on the end of the spindle, bike quadrant, which is tucked up underneath with a weird lever, and then there's a long like cable stop thing hanging all the way down, which comes loose all the time, and it's really hard to get to the screws. And what it does is it makes the throttle cable do like a full-on U-bend, making it, you know, have resistance, and also the original quadrant is about half the size of a micro quadrant, so I'm only using about half the travel of the micro pedal. So yeah, I need to take the manifold off, modify that, bleed the brakes, change the tyres. Really should put the high compression engine in as well, and then some of this rust needs sorting out. But apart from that, I'm impressed that it started so easily. washer juice. Right. Launch control works. That's fantastic. So I got the plates welded on, and I've welded the seam up a little bit. I had to put a little patch there because it was really thin, and then on this side exactly the same, little patch there because it was a bit thin. Welded the seam. Still haven't decided how I'm going to make this look nice. May just run like a fresh bead of weld over the top on both sides, and then just leave it like that, because I think it would just look better if I've got a weld that's just a nice weld that's been painted over. Will look better than trying to plate this or fill this or do anything, make it just look a bit too plastic, if you know what I mean, and fake. So I'm quite happy to just leave that as it is for now, and I will come back to it at a later date. And I've also decided that this bar here, this support bar that I want going up, really I want it going through here, and I want to attach it to the roll cage when I build a roll cage. I've lifted the car up on stands, like the whole jig, so that it gives me a bit more room to get underneath and get on grinder. It's easier to get on grinder when you've got a bit of space. Anyway, I did actually start cutting away some of this area to tidy it up. I've squared it off. Same on that side. I've got a little bit of digging to do down here, which is, this is some of the structure that I welded in. This is some of the structure that I welded in for the four-wheel drive. So, cutting that out. Just a quick one, because my battery's about to die. I've got about 5% battery left, but made some progress in the rear. Quite happy with how it's going so far. The fuel tank's going to fit again. The box that I made, I haven't made a tank for it, but you get what I mean. Plated in down there, and same on this side, and all of this will be boxed in these corner areas, so that I get a bit of strength back that I've cut out. Now, would you believe me if I said that I was going to cut the tunnel again? Well, I've cut the tunnel again. I've got a couple of dangleberries or clinkers from probably not cleaning the Cura stuff properly. So that's answers my question about welding through Curust. Anyway, that's the idea. Got a sheet of metal in the boot, ready to make the new panel to go across here. So the plan is to get this panel in the next day or two, get that tank box welded in the next day or two, finish doing whatever I'm going to do with the tunnel, and then I've got to start patching in these areas and figure out what I'm doing with the strut towers. I'd imagine it'd be pretty similar, like this shape here, but all of this will be gone, and it will just be like kind of inverse of what it is now, so that because the shock tower, the shock is going to bolt in at around this height, but I want the bolts inboard and the adjuster inboard, so this will be kind of like the opposite of what it is now. It'll be like a scalloped out, so that the top mount and the adjuster's just down here somewhere. I've got a few days to get this on its wheels for my dad's tractor show, so let's see how we go.